I'm Laura Cannon, and I'm pleased to be offering this practice today with permission from Pema Khandro, and it comes from a rich lineage of Nagpas or Tibetan yogis. And this practice today will be a practice of calm, abiding meditation with the technique of a mantra, Om Ah Hung. And so the focus of the meditation will be to use this mantra as our anchor in our practice. As this is a tradition of Tibetan Buddhist yogis, we begin our practice period with taking daily refuge through the refuge prayers, and also through having an aspiration of bodhicitta, an aspiration towards easing the suffering of self and others. And so I will begin by chanting the Vajra Guru mantra, which is a remover of obstacles. Om Benza Guru Pehi Mai Siddhi Hum. I take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. I take refuge in the Lama, Yidam, and Khandro. I take refuge in the channels, winds, centers, and their nature, the bodhicitta. I take refuge in complete openness, lucid presence, and compassion. Ho, mesmerized by the sheer variety of appearances, which are like the illusory reflections of the moon in water. Beings wander endlessly astray in samsara's vicious cycle, in order that they may find comfort and ease in the luminosity and all-pervading space of the true nature of their minds. I generate the immeasurable love, compassion, joy, and equanimity of the awakened mind, the heart of bodhicitta. Today we will be using the Om Ah Hung method, which is a mantra method. But first, coming into a posture that is supportive of this practice. So if you are seated in a chair, coming all the way back to allow your back to be supported by the chair. And if you are seated on the floor, perhaps putting something underneath of your seat to lift your hips a little higher than your knees. And having the spine nice and tall and long. Even imagining perhaps a string pulling up from the crown of your head to lift you just a little taller. And allowing the shoulders to roll back and down. Being broad across the chest. And our palms can either be placed one on top of each other with our hands resting comfortably in our lap. Or we can also turn the palms down on our lap if that feels a little more grounding. We want our neck to also be nice and long, so dropping the chin a little down and back, almost making what looks like a double chin, feeling that neck get nice and straight. And for this practice of calm abiding, the eyes are kept open. They're open about a quarter of the way, and you can follow your gaze down the bridge of your nose to a point on the ground, a few feet in front of you. And the gaze should be soft and relaxed, not trying to stare at any specific spot on the floor, but simply opening and relaxing the field of vision. And lastly, the jaw is nice and relaxed. Teeth are not touching. And the tongue rests right behind the front teeth at the top of the palate. And lips can be touching or slightly parted. And from this posture, bringing in a little somatic practice with a double exhale. So inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose. And at the bottom of the exhale, forcing out just a little extra breath. So again, inhaling and exhaling. With that extra breath out at the bottom, and one more time on your own, inhaling. And now letting the breath simply flow naturally into and out of the body as we begin to practice our method of Om Ahum. So we will just silently say to ourselves Om on the inhale, Ah at the space in between the inhale and the exhale, right at that short natural pause. And then Hum as you exhale. Om on the inhale, Ah at the top of the inhale, and Hum as you exhale. And you will keep most of the focus on this mantra. And if at any time you become distracted or get lost in thought, it's no problem. You'll just return to this method and start over with the Om on the inhale, the Ah at the top of the inhale, and the Hum on the exhale. Just saying these silently in your mind to yourself with your breath. And we'll practice in this way silently. And I will remind you of this focus of mantra, Om Ahum. You may begin. If you become distracted, it's okay. Just coming back again to the method, saying to ourselves, Om at the inhale, Ah at the space between the inhale and exhale, and Hum on the exhale, letting the breath flow naturally. If at any time the thoughts become too much, you can always return to doubling the exhale and then return to the method of silently saying Om at the inhale, Ah at the top of the inhale, and then hung as you exhale. If you become lost in stories, as soon as you notice, bring the attention back to the method. Om at the inhale, Ah at the top of the inhale, Hung on the exhale. Just keep bringing it back. And now holding the gaze of the eyes, but dropping the mantra. And we will sit in silence for just a moment, noticing the body, noticing the mind, and bringing our awareness back to the body. And now you can let go of the practice. And now we will make a dedication of merit. So bringing your palms together at your heart, offering that bow towards yourself, honoring your practice, and sharing in the wishes. May all beings be free from suffering and the cause of suffering. May all beings experience joy and its true cause. May the fruit of our practice and of all of our activities be to accomplish the highest benefit for all beings and all things everywhere. May all beings and all things everywhere experience the joy, clarity, dignity, and fearlessness of peace. May all beings and all things everywhere have peace. And to you I bow.